I think inquiry-oriented learning type teaching or type of learning is a step in the right direction for enhancing the employability skills of our students. So the kinds of things that we're talking about are students interacting in groups, the way that they work in teams, the way that they communicate with each other, with the demonstrator, with perhaps other teams. It might be that two different teams are working on aligned but slightly different projects. So they need to be communicating with each other to make sure they're not stepping on each other's toes. I mean, these are the kinds of things that are happening in the real workforce. The other thing that we've moved away from across the faculty, not just in my subject, but as a part of this interdisciplinary project, is mixing up the kind of assessment. So we're now doing more oral assessment, more multimedia presentations and those sorts of things. And these are giving students the actual skills that they're going to need in the workplace. They're not going to be writing a lab report every time that they're asked to do something at work.
From our conversations with employers, we know that the things they really value, amongst that whole range of things that they want in our graduates, and I think that list has become much more extensive in the last decade, are critical thinking skills and problem-solving skills. They're the two that they seem to value most highly, and they're the ones that they predict, in addition to adaptability and flexibility of our graduates, will become even more important in 10 years' time. And these pracs, these learning opportunities, are the ones that inculcate the critical thinking and problem-based learning, problem-solving skills. So starting in first year, and that was a natural foundation for us, starting students in biology and chemistry and physics, and aligning their experience in each of those units made a lot of sense, because then we could roll inquiry into second and third year so that we generate more engaged, capable, critical thinking, honest students, but if they go straight into the workforce, better equipped employees.
One of the things we have to keep in mind when we have our students in large first year cohorts or even at higher year levels is not every student in that classroom is going to finish up in that specific industry. We have very broad cohorts, so we're going to go in many, many different directions. It's very tempting to teach every student, for example, in a chemistry class, to be a research chemist in the future. The reality is that they're not. In fact, only a minority will be. So we need to be focusing on many of those other, shall we say, soft skills that is going to help those guys in the real world, in their job contexts in the future.